So it's just me, Tyla, and it's a quick note to everybody because look, I have to talk about it because all of my computers in my office are running right now with different stuff, and I can't uh, type this on Gab or do a blog, so I don't want to forget it. Okay, is this like crazy or what? What is going on with Melania Trump? I mean, this is wicked. Now, I really want to like Melania, and when I think of her, I think of her in that beautiful blue dress walking down Pennsylvania Avenue, and we had won the election. I had so much hope, and she seemed like such a beautiful woman. But now, the more I see, I have to rub my eyes because I have to look at what I'm seeing and stop thinking about what I want to see, okay? And what I see is not much of Melania Trump. I mean, really, you're an immigrant to our country. You were given a fast track to citizenship, and you have become the First Lady of the United States, the most prestigious position of a wife in all of America. And you're flat out snubbing us, girlfriend. We don't see you. And when we do see you, we see you in these big hats covering your eyes like you're something special. Girl, you're not. We see you. You're a lingerie model that got lucky and married a billionaire. You wound up as first lady. I don't know what you thought this job entailed, but obviously you are not standing by your man. We see you nowhere near Trump. We hear rumors, and of course, if we say anything about you, dear, you're going to slap $1 billion lawsuit on us. Wow, talk about a boss bitch. I mean, that is the definition, isn't it? So then I have just changed my focus about her, and it's been very hard. The real shocker was when I saw her statement that was basically pro-abortion. And it's kind of funny because she talks about how the children shouldn't be abused and that she's all about the children, and we want to believe that in her, but yet she thinks you should have a freedom of choice when it comes to life and death of the human body in the womb. So she is a pro-abortionist. But of course that does make sense because, I'm just a suburban housewife in Detroit. I can't imagine the world that Melania lives in. But in my imagination, I would think that if you are a nude or lingerie model and you've had GQ photograph you 10,000 feet in the sky in a billionaire's plane, of course that was Trump, but you would wonder that what kind of company do you keep? Well, those are probably women who get abortions. And so you can't go back on that statement because maybe you've been pro-abortion for the long haul. And then there's that crazy thing, but you're Catholic too. And why is it all these Catholic women are pro-abortion? But what got me going this morning was when my son sent me a post that Melania Trump is going to spearhead America's children for the United States to go out and experiment with artificial intelligence, AI. Is this woman just out of her mind? She is not by profession a teacher or a child psychologist. And we are already seeing horrific reports coming out of what this technology does to children's brains. And this former lingerie model is going to tell parents and promote to parents all around the world. And that reminds me of another time that Trumps kind of got outside of their lane and promoted things to Americans. Like, those special shots that they encouraged us to take. But we cats out here, we had our eyes open and we saw that that was not a truth. And I'm telling you, this is not a truth either. You do not want to put your children in front of these tablets, computers, cell phones, and most essentially AI. And I am speaking as a professional teacher, and I am speaking as your teacher. If you've listened to us for all of these years, you know that this has been an educational platform to help unbrainwash you from the years of damage public schools have done to you. And what they've done to our children is just, boys want to be girls, girls want to be boys. But nevertheless, let's get back to Melania. So here she is promoting this agenda. And how out of touch is she? Does she not realize that people are waking up to utility bills that have doubled and tripled? And why? because these data centers, and AI has to have data centers to keep their information on us. And those data centers, they're guzzling up your energy. The energy you used to heat your homes and, air condition your homes. And so now you are competing with the big corporations for those energy dollars. And it's only going to get worse, people, because there's no exit here. It's either they win or we win. And the battleground is going to take place in your town halls. So you go and get the schedules of wherever, everybody's a little different, so use your brain. Some people have utility boards that are going to be regulating the electricity. Other times you have to look at town halls or city halls because these companies want to get your water rights, because they may be right outside the city limits, so they don't have access to your city water. That's why many of us live outside the city limits, so we don't have to be on the city water. And so we are living on wells and stuff. But these companies, these data companies, they need water, good, clean water, and lots of it. So they want to get it from the cities. And so they sneak into the town halls and, give a slick presentation and try to hoodwink the people that you voted for, but of course you didn't really vote for them. Most of them were selected by that corrupt electronic rigging system we have. But nevertheless, they are your neighbors, and they are sitting right across from you in the same room. Yourself and other neighbors who are also pissed off about your utility bills, and you start showing up at these meetings and make the homemade signs and tell us why you are there. Because sometimes the videos that people are doing, the signs will tell us why people are there, whereas reporters might just gloss over it. Anyway, you go there and you protest because these board members, they live in your neighborhoods. You know where they live. And they're having the same problem with their utility bills. And their children attend the schools that your children attend. So they're going to have to make a decision right here and now. Are they going to be with the people, or are they going to be with the globalist? And there is where the battleground is, right there. So I need to see boots on the ground. And then as far as Melania Trump, please do not take advice from the Trumps on vaccines, any kind of medical stuff, and certainly on the education and the psychological well-being of your children.